What's up, everyone, and welcome to Project XTalk, an Xbox podcast, episode number 28, your weekly podcast all about Xbox. If you like that, please subscribe to the channel, drop us a like, interact with us in the chat since it's a live show now. Every Thursday is between 4:45, 5 is Eastern times when we're trying to get the show live. So come over, hang out with us if you're available during that times. If not, obviously VOD and audio services will have it after the fact, but come over, hang out. Other than that, we're gonna start the show. I will let everyone know up front. A little light on Xbox news this week, but we got an entertaining show for you. I think we came up with something. So there's a little news, but first and foremost, I want to introduce my guests, Tom and Garrett, as usual. How you guys doing?
I'm doing great.
Pretty good. All things considered, that vaccine kind of fucked me up this morning, but it's way better now.
Yeah, my symptoms lasted like 12 hours when I got my second shot, so it gets better.
Yeah.
But all right, Tom's recovering over there, and we'll aid his recovery with some gaming talk. First and foremost, as is per the routine here on Project XTalk, we go around the room and ask everyone one simple question, and that is, what you playing? So I'm gonna start with Garrett this week. Garrett, what you playing?
I am playing a real life game of repair. My valley got like a crazy windstorm the other day. So like
Okay.
I haven't been gaming at all. Like I've probably on my Xbox, it's been my girlfriend, or I think I put like 4 or 5 hours on Sea of Thieves. But other than that, it's been like I played this mini game called Reshingle, or rake up the branches, clean up the driveway. Great motivating games, because I want water out of my house. But
Yeah.
other than that, no, nothing.
Okay, so real life is kicking Garrett. You know, it's okay.
Yeah.
You do those tasks, you level up, and then they become easier. So
Yeah, but I thought that was the birthdays.
no, birthdays are like the debuffs. You get weaker because you get older.
That's horrible.
All right, Tom. A little more cheery news from you, I hope. What you playing?
Besides Last Oasis, which I'm still having a lot of fun with, I've also been playing this other game called Outward. It is a really hard old school style RPG. It's like a 3D adventure game. You can play it in co-op and split screen, surprisingly. It's difficult as hell. It's you have to serve, like, when you leave this village. Let me just start off with the beginning of the game first of all. They force you to make money or they're going to evict you from your house. And apparently if you actually don't pay them, they're going to evict you and then you have to live in the wilderness, period. And out there's animals, bandits, and you have to sleep outside. And you can get attacked while you're sleeping, and it's the worst fucking thing. I've died multiple times. I'm not good at the game. It's a lot of walking around. There's no fast travel. And the map is humongous. So I don't know how long I'll stick around with this one, considering it's a lot of walking.
Where did you find this game? Is it on Xbox?
Yeah, it's on Xbox.
This what you described sounds sort of like one of my worst nightmares. No fast travel, giant map. Like you already know I don't like those big open world games, which I'm gonna talk about my game in a second. But yeah, why are you doing this to yourself? Are you having fun?
I mean, I had fun in the beginning. I was like, oh wow, this is super unique. I'm gonna start a campfire, cook some meat, get my hunger up, and let me go on my day. And then I die in my sleep because a fucking bandit got me, or a raccoon, or whatever. It's hard. I can't do it. Apparently there's a way. There's you're supposed to set traps around your base or around your camp to stop that from happening. But the resources are so hard to come by that I'm just like, I'll just risk it. If I die, I guess I'll die.
Okay. So at least they give you a way to protect yourself, but managing resources is part of the reason I dropped off Prey, as I mentioned a few weeks ago. Shout out the Unnamed Games podcast. Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great day, staying safe out there. COVID, it's a bitch, but vaccines are getting better. So I'm gonna talk what I've been playing, and I got 2 games that I've mainly been playing. I'm still on Outriders, and despite I wanted to come on here and be like, guys, it's all fixed. My character was restored. I got all the gear. That has not happened. I still do not have my Devastator. I still cannot play that character. All they keep saying is restoration's coming. But what I did do was start a Trickster, and my friends and I power leveled him because you get the same experience on every world tier. So we just kept it on world tier 1, blew through towards the spot I was at with my Devastator, and then we started up in the world tier. Beat the game, level 30, have decent gear now, like comparable to what I had on my Devastator with the Trickster. Trickster's actually real good, kind of tanky as well. So I'm enjoying the Trickster. Start expeditions, and one of the things I want to know is what the hell is the point of world tiers before expeditions if it doesn't affect expeditions? The end game is expeditions. They have their whole other set of tier. You start at 3, and then you have to do them and earn additional tiers. The world tier doesn't factor into it. So I'm like, what was the point of me grinding this world tier? Why didn't I just do the whole game on world tier 1? Blow through everything. So I'm playing that. I'll get my Devastator back eventually, but I don't really care at this point. I'm over it. They've taken too long. Pissed me off. I moved on to a new character. And then another game I actually started is over on my PlayStation, because I was like, I finished Persona 5 Strikers last Thursday, like I said I was going to. And then I was like, I don't have any more games to play. So I was looking around. I was like, what's free on PlayStation? I don't want to buy anything right now. I'm not dropping $60, $70 over there. So I looked on the PlayStation Plus collection. I found a nice little game called Infamous Second Son. And I was like, I don't know if I'll like this game because I think it's open world. And to my surprise, I'm actually enjoying it quite a bit. I don't know how. I should preface it. It's fun right now. I've done almost the map is 2 areas, 2 sections, 2 parts of Seattle, I think. Literally just going around clearing everything, getting overpowered. So when I do the story, I can blow through it. But I like everything right now. It's just fun. It reminds me of old school Fable kinda, because there's trophies for beat up 10 sign spinners or 10 musicians, but then it's heal 10 people. So I'm trying to get the trophies for being bad, but overall I want to be good. So it's kind of funny to shoot people with fireballs and then I gotta find someone to save right now. So it's fun. I'm enjoying it. The open world isn't putting me off as much as I thought it would, so that's good. I also downloaded Horizon, the complete edition for the play at home. My brother says that game is trash besides the story, and I know if Amon was here, he'd be like, no, it's not. It's really good. That's my Amon impression, guys. Shout out Amon. Didn't he also say Days Gone was good?
Yes, he did say that.
Come on.
That game's not even getting a sequel.
Side note.
It's not good enough.
That guy piping up on Twitter, you guys say I'm not involved in it. I read some of that shit. Oh my god, that was some grown boy thrashing. I have no other words for that.
You mean the developer saying, "Well, you should have bought the game for $60"? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy's a dumbass.
Oh god, that was rough. You should buy the game full price if you like it.
Yeah,
You guys shouldn't brag about getting it on discount. Dude, you didn't release a finished game. If memory serves correctly, correct me if I'm wrong. Feel free to blow me up. But wasn't there something crazy about their big thing on that game was hordes, but hordes weren't a part of the initial release or something? I vaguely remember.
I don't know about that. I know that review copies of Days Gone didn't have the day 1 patch, so it got reviewed and then patched, so people that the reviewers played a completely different game than people got on day 1, and then it's had patches since then. But it definitely isn't a highlight of Sony's previous gen, despite the people defending it. Let's see. The Unnamed Games podcast says the bugs are so frustrating on Outriders. Fortunately, the game is fun enough to keep me coming back. That's exactly how I feel. I was doing my second expedition last night, and my game crashed. And then me and my friends were like, "All right, we're calling it." Like,
See,
too
when you
pissed
were
off.
when you were playing that game this week, I was like, oh, he got his character back. I'm so happy for him.
Right?
Can't wait
I
to
was
talk
thinking
about it
the same thing.
today.
Yellow Devil. Oh no, my favorite control review panel. Just kidding. I assume that's because he called me out, and not called me out, but my control review went up earlier. The Control Ultimate Edition went up earlier this week, and I mentioned how I didn't finish the DLC. I got like most of the way through the first one, and it
Oh,
was
they flamed you for the
terrible.
DLC. Well,
Yeah, it
technically,
was
you're reviewing
terrible.
Control, not the DLC. So,
Well,
I
Control
mean,
Ultimate
yeah.
Edition includes the DLC.
Oh,
Plus,
okay.
plus,
Fine.
okay, I didn't finish all the side quests. Okay, I'll hold my hands up. I'm not a completionist. I'm not doing all the freaking side quests. There's too many of them in that game. There was one where you have to fight like a mirror version of Jessie, and it was called like like her name backwards, whatever her name backwards is. That thing kicked my ass like over and over again. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it. So yeah. What up, Mimi J? Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Yellow Devil, the days gone, bugs were everywhere at launch. Can't blame the reviews for it.
Yeah.
That kind of lines up.
Yeah, and
But
just
yeah,
in response to that whole thing, I think that sends a clearer message to developers. If you want people to pay full price for a game, release a full damn game.
Or
In that regard,
put
like
him on
just
Gamepass.
put more time into testing it, or put it on Game.
or put on Game Pass. Let your character get deleted and then not be able to play for 10 days. There's an idea too. All right. We'll stop trashing buggy games at launch. We got a little bit of news before we get into our Q&A. Most of the episode's probably going to be Q&A, guys. So if you have questions for us, please drop them down in the comments, and we will get to them. Ask us whatever. It doesn't have to be about Xbox, gaming, our favorite sandwiches. I don't really care. Go for it. But we'll get into the news roundup, and we're going to start with, does PlayStation have an Xbox Game Pass competitor coming in the form of PlayStation Plus Video Pass? So earlier this week, PlayStation's official site in Poland put up an image of PlayStation Plus Video Pass. It was a trial service, they said, that would be active from today, April 22nd, through April 22nd next year. The description of a benefit would be available to PS Plus users. It would give them access to movies that Sony makes. People were like, what is this? Is this coming to every territory? So we learned today, actually, that this is out in Poland now. It is a trial they're doing over there. I have no idea if it's coming. But it does give you access. I think it's 20 movies every 3 months for PlayStation Plus, if I remember correctly. And right now it's like Venom's on there, the Zombieland 2. So they've got their big movies on there. But what do you guys think? Is this the secret weapon Sony's been holding back to compete with Game Pass? They come and ask with movies and television shows?
Yeah, it just harkens
I
back
hope
to
it's not
when
a secret weapon.
Dude, it's just like when Xbox was like all about their TV bullshit, but now it's like, all right, so now we're just gonna throw this in with PS Plus, or is it the same service as part of PS Plus, or is it like its own thing?
It's part of PS Plus. It's a benefit to PS Plus subscribers.
So honestly, as a benefit, it's good, but no one's gonna like be like, oh, I gotta get PS Plus to watch these movies. Like most of this stuff's already on Netflix, HBO. Like, I mean, it's not even comparable to Game Pass at all. Like, this is not the right way you guys are doing. Like, you guys have good games. Maybe put those on like for free. No one really cares about your movies too much. Besides maybe Spider-Man, I guess.
And Spider-Man just signed a deal to go to Disney Plus after it's done with its Netflix run in 2022 or something. So even then, I just don't know why I would go to my PlayStation for movies. Like, there's a reason they stopped selling them, right? Like, didn't they just report that a month ago?
Yeah, and they're cutting down their whole store for movies and TV. So like, it doesn't honestly it doesn't fit. If it was like a
They're
discount for like
ending it?
videos, it would be good, I guess. But I mean, you're not even gonna sell movies anymore. You don't have a lot of movies to begin with, Sony. And I honestly can't name a lot of notable movies that they produced besides Spider-Man, and that Bloodshot movie was trash, right? So
Yeah. Jumanji.
Jumanji, the new ones are good. I love Jumanji.
Okay, I haven't seen the new ones. To be fair, they have a good cast. Let's look at what's the chat saying about this. Yellow Devil, is that a joke? Old movies to counter a video game subscription, forced incompetence from a Sony division outside of PlayStation. What up, Dirt? Nice to see you. Yes, it's our secret weapon. Game Pass is dead. Movies over games. I mean, clearly that's sarcasm. Knowing you, listen. I like some Sony movies, like Zombieland 2. Like if they put it out, like maybe because I don't have access to them any other way, and like I wouldn't pay for them. So if they're giving away for free, like sure I'll watch them, but it's not something I go to my PlayStation for. I don't go to gaming consoles for TVs and movies. And I think we learned this lesson with the Xbox One generation. Isn't that the whole reason it failed? Like we focused way too much on that. So I just don't think if this is meant to be a competitor, it's a pretty weak competitor to Game Pass.
Just put your games out there. Stop being cheap, Sony. You can bolster PS Now and make it really good if you wanted to.
Let's see. The Unnamed Games podcast. PS Plus movies is certainly something Xbox can't compete with, but Game Pass is streets ahead for most things now. The future's bright. The future Xbox. Yeah, well, I mean, Xbox doesn't have a movie division, so they definitely can't compete with that. Like, I'm not saying they shouldn't do it. Like, if it's something that they want to do, go for it. I just don't think it doesn't move the needle at all, in my opinion. So, Garrett, any closing thoughts on that?
I have no closing thoughts other than like I think it's just a poorly copied Xbox One strategy and like a failing Xbox One strategy. At least like Xbox had like all of the TV that you could just want plugged into the back of your console, right? It just seems like too little too late. If like Tom was saying, they can actually compete, just release all your games on PS Now. Just stop screwing around with this half-cock thing, right? Like they're releasing movies during a pandemic when no new movies are coming out, right? It just sort of seems like a very public shoot yourself in the foot moment.
Again, I don't really they don't need to have their own Game Pass service. Like I would love if Sony had their own Game Pass service because it would save me money because their games are expensive, but they don't need it. I don't I'm not over here like, oh god, I'm not going to play my PlayStation until I get Game Pass.
Nah, it'll just save you $70 now and then.
Yeah. Or 86 because I did the digital deluxe edition of Ratchet and Clank. So it can save me a little bit. It's almost $100 for a game, guys.
Yeah, that's rough. It's rough.
All right, we'll move on to story number 2. And this one is a little more Xbox. By a little more, I mean, this one's Xbox oriented. xCloud is finally coming to iOS and the web. So Microsoft has started inviting Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscribers, and those invites have already been sent out, to test its Xbox Cloud gaming service on iPhones and iPads. The service works through web browsers, allowing it to run on PCs, Macs. It runs in Edge, Chrome, and Safari. And it also works on Xbox. If you're in the alpha program where you can use the new Google Chrome, you can use xCloud in there. So I know I think it was Yellow Devil, maybe it was Unnamed. Oh no, it was Unnamed Games Podcast, asked if any of us had been invited. You guys haven't told me. I would assume you didn't get invited, but if you have, speak up now.
No,
I didn't. I checked my email this morning.
Yeah, my brother didn't get invited either. I don't know anyone. I haven't heard any people that do like Xbox podcasts get invited. It does really seem like it was a random. Normally I would think some influencers would get invites, but nothing. So I think this is big. Like we've been waiting for it to get to iPhones and Apple devices, and it's finally coming. Obviously, this is the beta portion, but I imagine it's only a few more months until we see it on iPhones. Does that excite you guys at all?
I mean, it helps that I was considering not to get an iPhone when my like contract runs out on this one and just go back to like an Android phone. So now that they actually have Game Pass, and that was one of the big driving factors to me leaving or wanting to leave, I'm just gonna get an iPhone 12 or 13 whenever that happens.
Don't get 13; it's gonna be the bad one.
It's gonna be the bad one. Yeah.
Get that new purple one. Get that new purple one.
Got to get that superstition in there.
A new purple one looks great. Garrett, does this do anything for you? You gonna use?
Man, it doesn't. The second that they said that they didn't support iOS the first time, I got like a Samsung 3 days later and haven't looked back.
Is this something? Do you use xCloud?
A little bit at work, but not really, because like the internet gets patchy. Like it's when I'm doing like overnight night shift, I'll like pick up a random shooter game or whatever, play some Halo back in the day, because it's not as demanding when you're just playing old school Halo.
Yeah.
But other than that, not really. Other than at work, maybe once or twice a month for an hour or so.
I was in the same mindset as you, Tom. I was actually thinking I have an iPhone 6s. I know I'm way behind the times, guys. I'm cheap. I don't upgrade my phone like ever. Basically, when it stops working, like the battery's just gone. So I'm probably due here soon. And I was thinking like, should I get an Android so I can try out xCloud? But it's gonna be rolling out soon. So like I'm gonna stick with Apple. Like I don't want those green text bubbles. Like what am I? What? Those green, me and my friends have a joke. If you have a green bubble, like just don't even. I'm not gonna respond to you. Don't even talk to me. I can't be bothered. But yeah, so I love to try this. I just don't know where I would because the Wi-Fi at my work currently is terrible. Now the fact that it works in browsers and like I can do it on my work PC like during my lunch break, that might be an option. Like I could do that. Get like 30 minutes, close the door, 30 minutes of gaming.
You ever just played a game and you just have to take like the meanest dump and you just have to run, grab your phone, grab your controller, boom, you're good.
I've never gamed that intense before. There's just like I feel like that's a very Cartman thing. Come on, man, just bring the phone and the controller. Jesus, that's intense.
I've played my Switch on the toilet one time, and I didn't care for it. I was like, I don't want to play games while I'm taking a poop.
Yeah, just want to get in and out.
Yeah, like this. I whooped some kid in Mario Tennis, and I was like, all right, cool. So let's go. The Unnamed Games podcast says, I've been trying the beta today. The web app on iOS is fantastic. That's great to hear. Because the Gamepass app on PC is not fantastic. The store needs to be redone. It's a train wreck.
Oh come on! They're just gonna make a new app. That's what they always.
They're making a new store. I know that they announced that. So that's cool. xCloud expanding. We'll see it soon. Probably test it out. I know Amon made a video about it, so he's been using it. I think it works I think he's had good experiences with it. But he is an Android, I think.
Yeah, he has.
So.
Did he? I could have sworn he talked shit about Android before.
How else would he has a tablet, right?
He has his iPad. I think that's what it is.
All right. Well, we'll move on to our next two stories, and they're quick fire before we get into Q&A. So just updating Game Pass editions to story number 3. MLB The Show is now on Game Pass, as probably everyone in their right mind has told you. We're also getting a few other games this month. Fable Anniversary is coming to cloud. I think it's on everything else. I know it's on console. It's probably on PC. If you haven't played it, that's the best Fable, hands down. Go play that. Fable 3 also coming to cloud. That's my second. I think 2 is bad. I love Fable. I don't like 2. MLB The Show, as I said. Second Extinction for cloud, console, and PC is coming out next week. Destroy All Humans remake, cloud, console, and PC next week, and Fogues, which is some weird like cat dog game. You remember Cat Dog from Nickelodeon back in the day? But it's like,
What?
man, do you know what Cat Dog is, Garrett? Did they have Cat Dog?
Yeah, no, I know Cat Dog. They're making a game.
No, it's not. So this game is called Fogues, and it's essentially it's like one body but two dogs at the end. So that's why I said it's like Cat Dog, and it's like a puzzle game. I think you have to. It's multiplayer. You can both be one of the heads, and you have to like work. I saw like them wrapping around a ball and like dragging it. It looks very weird, very colorful, very weird. Any of these games do anything for you guys?
I tried on MLB
Second
The Show
Extinction
just
for
to
me.
like see. It
Oh
was
yeah, I
okay.
saw you playing that. How was it? How was the PlayStation crossing the pond?
I swung the bat 3 times, got a home run, and I quit the game and deleted it. I have no interest in baseball. I was just like, all right, let's see how this Sony game plays. And then when you boot it up, it does say Sony. I was like, okay, neat.
Yeah. Tom's like, I've mastered the game. Home run. I can stop
This
now.
is baseball. I'm done.
The sport's easy. How about you, Garrett? Anything on that list for you?
Second Extinction, just because it looks like brightly colored dinosaurs that I get to shoot at. On top of like, did you guys watch the videos? Isn't it sort of weird how it all looks like a sand duney mountaintop for everything in all the videos?
I know people got hyped about Second Extinction. It never has done anything for me. I was like
it's not so much hype as I believe I'll be entertained for a good 2-3 days by it. I'm glad it's coming to Game Pass.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it's Left 4 Dead with dinosaurs. I mean,
yeah, right? Like it's just.
Well, I don't want to kill dinosaurs.
At least they're the like actual dinosaurs and not robotic dinosaurs like Horizon.
I suppose. I'm just like, I don't like what if the dinosaur's cute and it makes some sad sounds while I shoot it, you know? I want to get sad.
What if it's a T-Rex that's trying to eat you?
I mean, they got little arms, you know? I can't be bullying them. Garrett popped out. I assume he'll be back. Yellow Devil says, never played Destroy All Humans. Should be fun for 3 hours. I can confirm Destroy All Humans is fun. I played it back in the day. My brother played it back in the day. I think they made a sequel. I thought there was a Destroy All Humans 2. Yeah, that game's a lot of fun. It's silly, it's goofy, but it's a lot of fun and plays really well. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely go check that game out. Nothing on here for me, though. I don't care about baseball. I'm not even going to try it. You gave it more of a chance than I did. Second Extinction, I don't think looks very good. And I've played Destroy All Humans, maybe if I'm bored, but like I got other things to play right now. So, and then Fogues just looks weird. I can't get it. Maybe I'll see if my girlfriend wants to co-op that, but I doubt it. She's been trying games lately, guys. Like I don't understand the genres or like what she wants to try. I keep trying like, what kind of games do you like? And like she was like, oh, Overcooked, and then she didn't really like Overcooked. She's like, I want it to be more like Cooking Mama, and I was like, okay. So I got Cooking Mama for the Switch, and then she was like, I don't really like this, and I was like, what do you mean you don't like this? You told me this is what you wanted. So I don't know.
You gotta get some nice co-op games, like the classic Portal 2. I think that's like the best co-op game ever to play.
Portal 2. No, we're selling Cooking Mama because they're hard to find copies. Apparently, that you can sell them for a little bit. We're gonna try trade that for like I don't know, the new Super Mario Brothers, like the co-op one. Try that out. Even though I'm not a Mario guy, but it's not for me. Anyway, that's all for the Game Pass editions. We have some other exciting news. Just dropped today, actually. 12 EA games get 120 FPS boost on Xbox Series X and S. That brings the total up to 23 games that have SPS boost enabled. The following titles can now run at 120 FPS if your TV supports it. I want to make this very clear. I saw people on Reddit being like, if I get an HDMI cable, will it make my TV do 120? Like, no. If your TV is 60 hertz, it's not going to, no matter what cable you put in, it's not going to do 120. So, Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 5, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborhood, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, Plants vs. Zombie Garden Warfare 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Star Wars Battlefront, Titanfall, Titanfall 2, Unravel 2 are all 120 FPS enabled now. And Sea of Solitude got boosted to 60. So that's a lot of titles, guys. You excited? I don't think. Am I the only one here with 120 TV that can do 120?
There he is. He's flexing on us now.
Yeah.
I would love to play it in 120 FPS. That's by far my favorite Battlefield game. So you guys experience it for me, all right? Let me know how it is.
Yeah. So I own all the Plants vs Zombies game because I actually like them a lot. They're a lot of fun. I own the Battlefront games, so I can definitely check those out. Titanfall 2, I bet that looks amazing in 120. The others, I don't really care for. I'm not a Battlefield guy. Mirror's Edge, I bet that looks sweet, but like I don't like that game. So it's not for me. I shouldn't say I don't like it. I've never tried it. And then Sea of Solitude up to 60, I don't care. But I saw people debating. Do you guys think that bringing 60 FPS titles to 120 right now is a waste of time, considering we have so many 30 that need to go to 60? Should they refocus their efforts?
Definitely. So many games need 60 FPS. Like Dark
100%.
Souls 3, for example, it's locked 30, and that game really needs 60 FPS. There's just so many old games. I think it's a bigger leap from 30 to 60 than it is 60 to 120. So they should really focus on that, considering I'm sure most of the user base does not have TVs that can support it.
Garrett?
I 100% agree with him. I just like Sea of Thieves, I think was my biggest. I can't even play that in 30 frames anymore. Like I tried to play it on my Xbox, my bedroom. Well, girlfriend was having like a little wine party in the family. And we're like, I couldn't do it. Like, this is just hot garbage now. I want my Series X for that. So I could, right? So I don't think like they need to put that much more into the 120 frames. Like he said, if 90% of people don't have TVs that support it, I think of it just as like an unnecessary flex. Like, yeah, we could do 120 frames now. Like, all right, but it doesn't affect most of us. So that's about it.
Yeah, I mainly agree with you. I can understand bringing most of these games up to 120 because for competitive shooters, which most of these are, like the standard is to lower the resolution and bring them up to 120. Like Call of Duty, Rainbow Six, like you want that 120 FPS. They don't really care if it drops to 1440 or 1080p, which some of these titles will have reduced resolution. They did say that. There's a nice little chart on Xbox Wire if you want to go see which ones are automatically enabled and which ones are not, because those will have resolution drops. But I can understand the majority of these getting up, but in general, I would like to see them focus more on 30 to 60 FPS because I think that's a bigger need. And I think it would benefit a lot of games more than 60 to 120. Like, when are we going to get like 360 games FPS boost? There's so many 360 games that would just look so much better if they didn't run at 30.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 13, Dark Souls 1, the original. Oh, no, but they have the remaster though. I mean, I don't think we're gonna go back to 360 a lot though. I feel like they should just still focus more on Xbox One games. There's still so many of them.
Give me Banjo-Kazooie 120 FPS.
No, man, Dead Rising. See all those zombies going in full 120? That would be insane.
Dead Rising 2.
That's a lot of movement. Nah, man, it's all about grabbing what did they call it instead of a something? Oh, the massager. Grab a massager and a refill your voice. You'll have so much fun when you combine those two.
Yellow Devil says Dark Souls 120 FPS. 120 for Dark Souls.
They can do it.
They could.
They could do it.
They could. I don't know how much use it would get, but that's
the last millisecond to roll, bro. You need that.
I'm rolling before their attack even comes out. That's how many frames I can see. All right. So that's all for the news, guys. There really is nothing going on this week. I hope the news segment was fun. So now we're going to move into our Q&A. And Tom, you have a list of questions that we're going to go over here. Yellow Devil or anyone else in the chat, feel free to drop a question if you have one for us. But we'll get started. So you want to start at the top of your list, and we'll see how many we can get through in the allotted time we have here.
Oh God, I thought you had it. I guess I'll pull it up.
Ooh, it's on yours.
Yeah. All right. So the first one I put down was, what's a popular game that the majority of people seem to like, but you hate, and why?
Oh, it's just easy for me, so I'm gonna let Garrett go first.
Oh, dude, where should I start? Like Call of Duty, Battlefield, basically any realistic shooter. Like when I game, I want to break from reality, so it needs some sort of. It's a pretty broad spectrum of games that are very popular choice that I don't like, and I'll add like Fortnite Battle Royale. That's another huge one for me that I dislike, just because I was the single player or like the non-Battle Royale guy, and then that game got popularized, and I never saw an update for the original Fortnite for like 2 years. Like we actually mentioned it on the show a few weeks ago. I was like, holy crap, I re-downloaded it because I actually finished the campaign.
Right, there's a campaign to that game. I mean, I second the Fortnite thing, but I'm gonna take aim at literally the two biggest games, the best-selling games ever: Minecraft and Grand Theft Auto 5. They can both fuck off. I hate them both. They both suck. I don't care. Minecraft boring, looks ugly. Steve is not a real character. He's a fucking meme. Get him out of Smash Brothers. He's the most infuriating thing to look at, to play against. I hate every part of him. I hate Minecraft. I hate the Minecraft kids that came for me on Twitter the one time.
That's
And
such a
Grand
fun
Theft Auto,
game.
it's
They're
not
a very
boring.
passionate community, okay? Like you can't diss the Minecraft.
And Grand Theft Auto 5, I just don't like Grand Theft Auto. I just don't get the appeal of the series. Like, it's fun to hop in a car and like run people over and like for like 10 minutes, and then I'm like, all right, this is boring. Like, I don't care about the actual story. I don't care about the environment. It just doesn't appeal to me. And then online is I tried it. You just get shot by people that are like playing for tens and thousands of hours. So, not for me. I hate both those games.
I mean, I can agree with you with Grand Theft Auto, like at a certain degree, like the online, but the stories in the game are generally good. I mean, that's normally what I play it for.
Hmm. It's
And
just like
Minecraft,
the
come on, Minecraft's like it's the biggest game. I get it. It's super popular, but there's so much to do in it, especially if you play it on the PC side of things, where you can just constantly mod it and have like a bunch of extra features to it. It's so much fun. Like I probably have thousands of hours in that game. Like,
that's that's fine. I'm well aware that those are very popular games that I have unpopular opinions about. Uh, but I want to make it very clear that I'm right and they're wrong, and that's where I stand.
all right, so for me on this one, I only had one game in mind. And it was literally just gonna be Fortnite. I fucking hate Fortnite. I hate the community
We're
that
all in
came.
agreement
I hate the
there.
community that came around
Yeah.
Fortnite. I hate seeing it on TV. I hate seeing it in an Avengers movie. I don't like it. I don't want to see it. Scrub it. Delete it. It's gone. It's. I don't see the appeal of the game. I think it's. I get the battle royale genre is it's popular right now. But if I want
hate
that,
it.
I'll play PUBG or maybe Call of Duty Warzone. But
Fall Guys, that's the only one I like.
yeah, or Fall Guys. But I mean, to me, it's like, all right, so it's a shooting game, but you're also gonna build a castle right in front of my eyes while I'm shooting at you. All right, I'm not gonna play this. You expect me to learn that?
I just don't. I don't like the community because they're very. I don't know. I'm trying to phrase this in a nice way. They're annoying. Like that's the most thing I can say. Like they know they're popular, but it does have the reputation. Like it is for kids. Like the majority of the players are kids.
Yep.
Like there's let's be honest. It's children, and I don't like the art style. I don't like actually playing it. Like building, shooting, like none of it feels good to me. And I don't care what anyone says. The getting your character in Fortnite is not as big of a deal as getting your character in Smash Brothers. I've seen this comparison, like it's like getting in Smash now, and I'm like, it's not. Fortnite's literally throwing every single person that's ever existed in their game.
And they all play
What?
the same. Smash is actually unique.
It's a skin, yeah, it's a skin. Who cares? Who cares if Kratos and Master Chief are exactly the same in that game? They just look a little different. They're both gonna do stupid dances, and I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate it
dances
so
is
much.
the worst part. I mean, whenever I see my nephew, he always wants to do like random Fortnite dances in front of me. He did it at a wedding. It was like, okay,
Like flossing
yeah.
around.
Yeah, was it the floss?
Yeah, yeah.
The only good thing that came out of Fortnite was when Ninja hosted the New Year's Eve thing, and he tried to get everyone to floss. Like, come on, guys, good dancing, and nobody paid attention to him. That meme is the only good thing that's ever come of Fortnite. All right, I think we're on the yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What game have you put the most hours in, and what kept you hooked?
Ooh. I'm gonna need a minute here to think, Garrett. If you got yours, you can go ahead.
Oh, I could go first, and it's basically in spite of Kevin here. I checked that out the other day because I was curious going down my longest played game was. Fortnite by a fact, or not Fortnite, Minecraft by a factor of 3. Like, I thought I put a lot of time into Sea of Thieves, and it's like 15 days. And then I tried Minecraft when I ran like my own realm and everything at the beginning of COVID, and it's like at 54 days or something I played that game. It's insane. Absolutely absurd. So that's definitely the one that takes the cake for me.
Hmm.
All right. If you don't have yours, I can go.
I have. You can go, but I have mine.
Okay.
Well, I have my range, but you can go.
All right. So the game that I played the most ever is RuneScape. I don't know if you guys remember this game. The
Of
old
course.
school browser Java-based MMORPG game where you punch cows, chop trees. I played this game for 350 days worth of hours on one character. I probably have over a year total playtime since like I was like 12 on this game. I stopped. I just recently stopped playing it like last year again. It's something that I for some reason come back to now and then, and I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why I'm still hooked with this game. I can't explain it.
What's changed over the years?
A lot. If you play the new RuneScape compared to the old RuneScape, the combat system changed, the graphics changed. There does not look. You can't even compare them to at all.
Okay.
It became a big pay to win game now as well. So that also deters me. Yeah.
I thought it was PvE. Huh? There's PvP in RuneScape?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't know this. I thought it was like Diablo.
No, yeah, they have this thing like it's called the Wilderness. Whenever you go to the northern part of the map, anyone could kill you there, and it will take your shit afterwards. I mean, fun times.
Yes. I'm sitting over here thinking, like, what's my most played game? And I'm like, oh, I put like 1,000 hours in Destiny 1 on the Xbox One. No, I have to have played some more than that. So on the GameCube, I know there were 2 titles I put like 2,000 hours in, and that was Tales of Symphonia, because I did like 20 playthroughs to try to get 100%. Never got it. It was like 98.7, I think, is the closest I got. It's just hard. And then Phantasy Star Online, episode 1 and 2, played the hell out of those games for thousands of hours. But then I was like, I'm being stupid. I know what my most played game is. Super Smash Brothers. If you take the series, I have put more time in Super Smash Brothers than any other game in history. I have over 1,000 hours on the Ultimate on my Switch, so that already beats some of those games. And then if you add in Melee, which I put probably 1,000 other hours into, like Super Smash Brothers is undoubtedly the game I will have played the most in my life and will play the most going forward. I just love it. It's the only fighting game I like really enjoy, and it's because it's not a tradition. Like it's 3D platforming, but you can beat the shit out of people, and then it has all my like favorite gaming characters. I just love that it's like a celebration of video games. That's really what does it for me. Like that's why I get so hyped to see who gets next into it, because it's like it literally is a celebration for me. Like when Sephiroth got added, I was like, oh, like I lose my mind at this shit. Like it would make great content for the channel if I recorded something, because I lose my mind. Like people are always like, oh, those reaction videos are fake. They are not fake. I react the same way when I see these shit. Banjo, I like was at work, like threw my shit in there. I was like freaking out. So it's Super Smash Brothers, hands down. We actually have a question from Yellow Devil in the chat if you guys want to take that.
Yeah, let's take it.
All right. Shoot.
He asked, what gaming franchise should get revived? For me, it's Marvel vs. Capcom, he says.
Ooh, that's a hard one. What kind are we talking, like revived as in a continuation of a story, or like I'm a fan for I saw it online and I liked the shit out of it, but people are talking about a redo of games, like how there was the early Ghostbusters and then they redo it, right? I want the same thing for like BioShock. Like go back to Rapture, redo the base storyline. Doesn't need to be a complete remaster where every line of dialogue is the same and every hallway's the same, just reskinned. But just like Rapture redone with all of the technology available today, that would be amazing. I would love to go back to BioShock.
A modern Rapture.
I mean, they're making a new BioShock. Like it's in development.
Yeah, but they haven't said whether it's going to be in Rapture or not. Like, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's
I
gonna be
hated
open world.
Infinite. Like, BioShock
Really? You did?
is Rapture, and it's interchangeable to me. I thought that was just a horrible spin-off game, Infinite. The only
Wow.
cool thing about that was flying off a little skyhook and stabbing police in the face. That was cool. But other than that, no.
Interesting.
So when you say gaming franchise, that's generally one that has more than one game, right?
I don't. Maybe, but like we don't. It's whatever you want. Like if it only has one, you can do one. Like nobody's gonna care.
Then I will say not Kingdom. Yeah, what's the name? Crap.
Kingdom Under Fire.
Yes, Kingdom Under Fire. That's the one I was gonna say. Yes, and that is a franchise. There's multiple games, and
That is, yes. Played them on my original Xbox.
I think that one should definitely get revitalized, especially with the next generation of consoles. I can imagine seeing those like large surface battles with many troops on the field at the same time. I would love it. Like if I can play that game again, I'd freak out. If it has multiplayer, even better. Kingdom Come. That game needs to come. Or Kingdom Under Fire. I always confuse the two. And Kingdom Come Deliverance sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you there. I love those games. My brother loves those games. In my mind, they look like Dynasty Warriors does today, like the battles. But if you actually look up videos, it's like, oof, these do not look how I remember them in my brain. But I'm fully on board with that. I would love to see Kingdom Under Fire come back. They had great stories, even though critically they're not well received when you look them up. I don't get it. So obviously I'm gonna get my plug here. I do this every week, but Yellow Devil, if you're a new subscriber, there's one franchise I love that is coming back. I know it, I feel it in my heart, and it's Banjo-Kazooie. He'll be back soon. So we're gonna put him on the shelf. I talk about him all the time.
Feels it in his bones.
But guys, I actually have another franchise that I really want. And by franchise, I mean, it had one game back in 1987, I believe, something along those lines. And it's Ice Climbers. I have a dream that Nintendo makes an Ice Climber game, but nothing like the original. It's going to be a Tomb Raider meets Army of Two style game, but like kid friendly. So like the climbers get separate. Okay, here's my pitch. The climbers get separated, and they got to get back together. They get their like tools along the way, their belay system. Like they gather up the items. They fight kid friendly monsters. You know, the little like bear and whatever. Fight the kid friendly monsters. So you have to climb to the top of the mountain. It's like an action adventure game, a kid friendly action adventure. Tomb Raider. That's what Ice Climbers could be. Nintendo, just hire me. Just I got the idea flowing through my brain. Like we can make it happen. Just please, someone.
I think you messed
Someone.
up. They're just gonna watch the video now and they're like, oh, we're just gonna do this.
Yeah, we don't need him.
So I've spread this idea online before. Like it's on my Reddit. I've commented this whole thing on Reddit before. I've gotten support before that people are like, this sounds like a great idea. But Nintendo's never going to do it because they're stupid. They don't like printing money. Apparently, like kids would buy this shit. Nana and Popo are adorable. I would buy it.
No,
Make it
man.
happen.
Oliver from Pikmin. They need a new one of those.
Olimar sucks. I wish I could rip his freaking head off. Alf is worse. Alf is just as ugly. I have a love-hate relationship with Pikmin. And I know this is off topic, but I liked Pikmin 2. And like I don't know why. Like looking back, I'm like, what? Why do I like this game? I hate looking at it. I hate everything about it. Like Pikmin 3, I was like, I'm not buying this.
Any of those Pikmin games look stupid.
You're muted, Tom.
Oh. Any of those Pikmin games, I don't like them. They're just lame. I don't know. I guess I just don't like a lot of Nintendo games anyways. I mean, but that Ice Climber pitch sounds good.
Actually,
That's
between
right.
like Pikmin and Pokemon, what is Nintendo's thing about enslaving innocent-looking critters to do your bidding? Like, now that I'm thinking about it aloud, y'all got some underlying messages there.
Yeah. We even have a
Astral Chain.
princess that gets taken all the time. Like it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Someone's always
yeah.
enslaved or captured, and
You enslaved monsters in Astral Chain. That was a thing too. I used to wrap them around my astral chain, and then they'd fight for me. So Nintendo loves games where you enslave people.
That's horrible. All right.
All right. Next question. We got probably one or two more.
All right. Has a video game ever made you cry?
I'm gonna go first. Yes, and it's like the most obvious thing, but when spoilers for Gears of War, when Dom dies in Gears of War, that shit is heartbreaking.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have to say Morden in Mass Effect 3. I didn't care. It wasn't a heartstring moment for the end of that game. But when he went to save all the Drex, I believe that they're called. Sorry, the name's slipping off the top of my tongue. But when he went to go cure the genophage and his whole little line about, I have to be the one to sacrifice myself because anybody else will get it wrong. That's like, you go, you scientific doctor. Oh, God, yeah, that really tore me up. But other than that, I don't think I've ever been that engaged. I'm a typically skip dialogue, let me get shooting kind of guy.
Skip dialogue.
Yeah, that your Final Fantasy thing is just a weird fallacy, man. If I wanted to go to the movies, I'd go to the movies.
I don't like that. The single player games, generally, you play them for the story. I don't get it.
Oh, no, like, okay, I'm sorry, it's a balance. If I feel overwhelmed with it's not quite a game anymore, but a movie that I'm personally walking my own character from scene to scene, then I'm bored. If that makes any sense to you guys, right? Like, it's, like, let's say the story, let's just use Hivebusters as a recent thing. Yeah, they had a story, but all their cutscenes were pretty much 45 seconds or less. I'm perfectly down for. But when I'm sitting there and I'm actually, like, looking back at my phone this cutscene so long, that's where it's starting to screw up for me, if that makes any sense. So I shouldn't go so far as I'm a skip it guy, but if it gets too monotony, I'm out.
All right.
How about you, Tom? What started the waterworks?
Halo Reach. At the very end, it tells you
Halo.
yes,
Ooh,
believe it or not,
that's a
Halo Reach
good
at the very
choice.
end, it tells you
The
yes to
sacrifice, the
survive. It
big
just says
old fight.
survive.
Yeah.
And I'm like I'm trying my darnest to beat, like to win, get my Spartan out of there. And then he just dies. And it's that feeling that you know
Yeah,
he's
that's
gone
yeah, it's very
and you
true.
can't do anything about it. It's just I tried doing that mission so many times, but it did pull on my heartstrings. It's like I went through the entire journey with this guy just for him to die, and I can't do anything about it. A little teardrop.
That's interesting. I did not expect that one because I played through Reach for the first time ever in the fall before the Xbox Series X came out, and I was not emotionally attached to that character at all. Like I don't know I don't know what any of their names were. I
So what,
cannot.
you
Dude, I
saw
don't
the
think he even
survive
talks.
thing, you just started putting your guns down and walking into the bullets? I could end this
Yeah,
mission
well,
quicker this way.
I played it. I played it with my friends. So we were doing 4-player multiplayer, and they all knew, like, well, 2 of them knew the ending. So they were just like, "You can't win." So I just like, all right, just gonna let myself die then. But
Oh
like,
god, I wasn't even wrong. This is so much worse now.
yeah, so like
Ah,
I don't know, maybe is how I play. But like, if you're talking Halo, like when you think Cortana is like gone, right? Like
Like a Halo 4.
that. Yeah, that's way more emotional for me. Like when you think Cortana is like deleted forever.
Yeah, but when I play Halo 4, I was already like an adult. For me, when I play Halo Reach, I was probably like 13, 14, so I was like, he's gone. So it's easy for me to cry when I'm 13 or 14.
Oh, I feel like I'm way more emotional now than I was as a teenager. I feel like I tear up more now at games than like better chance. Like when like movies, the only movie that ever made me tear up was Endgame. Like that's the only time I ever cried. Was at the end of Endgame.
I love you 3000.
No, not that part. I didn't care about that part. That part didn't do shit for me. Um, Yellow Devil says Hellblade's ending, the song at the end. Dot dot dot. I was thinking about Hellblade when I was thinking of my answer for this. Hellblade is a game that like it has a lot of emotions. I don't know if I ever cried, but it's definitely like powerful.
powerful but not tear jerking for me. I'll
Mm-hmm.
put that for Hellblade.
Yeah. Oh, and here's another question: favorite game of last gen, not best, just favorite. Uh, he
Sea of
said
Thieves
Elder
hands down.
Scrolls
I'm gonna go.
Online. I think we addressed this in a previous podcast, but we can answer it real quick. Mine was Hellblade. Hellblade's the best game from last gen for me.
I have no idea what I would have said. But I mean, if I have to think of one, like best game of last gen, God of War.
Your favorite game of last gen?
Yeah, well, favorite game, God
God
of
of
War.
War. Good. It's a fair shout. God of War's great. All right, one more, and then I think we'll wrap this up. I think it's been a neat little episode here.
Did Garrett respond to that one? What did he say?
Yeah, he said Sea
I-
of Thieves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves. Like I don't know, I still play the shit out of that. I love it.
Okay.
Can't get enough of.
So, what's the maddest you've ever gotten in a video game? Think about the most
Once
rage-inducing
again,
moment that a video game ever caused you.
once again, Sea of Thieves, man. If you get a huge treasure haul and you like pull up to a harbor to lose it, it's not good feelings, man. I've ended friendships over that game. Like I remember one time in particularly, there was this time that
Did you
we
make
jacked
this
up.
game? Did you
No,
develop
I
Sea of
didn't
Thieves?
make the game.
You can be
So
honest with us.
I didn't make Sea of Thieves, man. But like the anger in that game, you try making a few $100,000 haul and then just like have a buddy go up with an Athena's and you're like, hey, check the bar, bud. Just remember to check the bar. Then you just see him die and then another guy and then like 2 people out of the corner of your eye running towards your ship with gunpowder barrels. It's such a sinking feeling that you've just wasted your last 9 hours down the drain. Oh, it's rough. But that's me.
Tom, you can go.
Okay. So for me, the game that got in the most mad in, there goes to Craig.
I'll get him back in here.
I'll let him go back.
Well,
in.
we're live, right?
Yeah, we're live,
All
but we
right.
still need it for the post audio.
Uh,
Now recording.
There he is.
Hi, Craig.
All right. So the maddest I've ever gotten in a game was Halo 3. I used to play this game co-op. I'm not co-op. Split screen with my brother online all the time, and we used to like try to do ranked duos to try to get like the way the ranking system in that game worked. It's you. There's no actual ranks. It's like you've played well and you do like you progress up the ranks. So it was we just wanted to get a higher rank every single time. I've always found an excuse of why he did something wrong or why I did something wrong, and it always caused me and him to fight. Like literally, at least 2 or 3 times a day. If we're playing Halo, you can pretty much guarantee that we are going to fight about this. And I've never gotten as mad as like besides Halo 3 on that one game. And it probably would have been better if we had our own separate 360s because it probably would have never happened. But since we were right there next to each other, it's like so easy. Like, oh, you let him kill you, let him snipe you. You know, it's just like.
Oh, you got physical.
Yeah, I'm talking actual fighting. Yeah.
So was that at like
Wow.
the bike rack, or how did that sort out? Who
I
won?
mean-
Who won the fight?
I mean, it varies, you know. But it's pointless fighting. We're playing Halo 3. We should be having fun, right? But no, we took it too seriously.
All right. So I'm not generally an angry person. Like my brother rages. I've seen him throw controllers at FIFA, but like at the wall before. Like he's had a history of rage. My one friend, he famously cut up his Call of Duty disc after losing one. Like he ejected it from his 360, cut it up shapes, and then sent us pictures. So we like to joke when we tell people when we lose, we say cut your console up. Because everything's digital now, you can't cut disc out, so we just say cut your console up. But there's one time in Call of Duty where I was playing with him, and I was like in a really bad mood. Like I don't know, but something was going on. And he yelled at he said something about me not seeing the people behind us, and I just lost it. I like yelled "shut the fuck up" and like just turned my Xbox off and like rage quit, and like it was. We did not talk for like 2 weeks probably. So that's probably the angriest I've gotten. Like I don't. Most of the time I don't care. I just play games. But that's one incident. I think it's probably my only anger incident.
Yeah, I think the trend here is like it's all competitive games. If it gets too competitive, you're just gonna freaking rage. And I'm sure you've gotten mad at Smash as well. Probably not to that extent, but.
Smash. I tend not to rage at Smash. Mainly just because if I lose, it's most likely something I did wrong or lag if it's online. Like I can just laugh it off. Like, well, that guy's laggy as shit. Like it's not my fault. I don't know. You have to develop a lot of coping mechanisms for fighting games. I feel like because obviously some characters are better than your characters, so I just try to talk myself like through how I'm playing, and that kind of helps. But also like if you just let out little things during the match, like fucking bullshit frame data or something, like you just say like little things like that. But
Only one
like
guy's OP.
like I go to tournaments and like I don't say anything. Like people are quiet during those. Like you just play your games, and like I've never raged in one of those. So it's really online. Like it's such a different environment when you're next to someone. Yellow Devil says it has to be this podcast, the Elizabeth disrespect / Bioshock Infinite. Listen, man, you can call Garrett out, okay? My brother, I don't play Bioshock.
Call me out all day. Elizabeth's
brother-
the most overrated character in Bioshock. Bring it.
My brother liked Bioshock Infinite.
I can make reality whatever I want. Then just get us to the end already.
I love the ending in the game.
Like,
Yeah, the
like
ending's
that has
sweet.
bigger plot holes than Lord of the Rings when the Eagles just could have dropped the rings in the frickin' volcano, okay? Like, the girl could have bent reality to do whatever she wants. Just leave the tower right off the beginning of the game. Boom, done. There, that's my hot take on Bioshock Infinite.
Well, Yellow Devil, I assume you'll be leading the cancel campaign against Garrett. Now, Garrett, in order for you to get canceled, can you let everyone know what where they can find you?
Oh, you could find me on Xbox Live and Twitter at WaywarnG, or as people have been telling me, Waywarned lately. That's my name.
Waywarned,
So I
yeah.
guess that's what I'll go with.
I thought it was way wrong for the first few podcasts.
Yeah, my bad. My bad.
Tom, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at AlpacaTom. You can find me on Xbox Live at AlpacaTom5087.
And I'm Kevin. You can find me at the Muffin Mon. That's a 1 and 7 I and an O and 7 A. That is on Twitter, Xbox. PSN is the Muffin Mon. So MOOFINMON. Because someone took my gamer tag apparently. Please make sure to, like I said, subscribe to the channel, drop us a like, share with everyone you know. Live shows every week, so stop by, drop us reviews on audio platforms, and check out our other video content. If you're on audio platforms, you are missing out on some content that's exclusive to our YouTube channel. So please come over and check that out. But if